All right, we need to talk about one last topic in today's lesson, and that is comparing integers or comparing positive and negative numbers. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and draw a number line and make it look like mine. Please take a moment, copy this down, please. Pause the video, copy it down. All right, so this is generally what number lines look like, right? They expand infinitely in both directions, in a positive direction and a negative direction. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be comparing integers. We're going to be comparing positive and negative numbers, basically telling me which number is greater, which one is lesser, and all of that good stuff, okay? So a general rule of thumb, the further right you are on your number line, so if you are placing somewhere here, if you are further along to the right of 0, your value becomes greater, okay? If your number is further along the left side of the number line, then your value becomes lesser. Or we could say the further right you are, the bigger you are. The further left you are, the smaller you are. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples here. Now, obviously, you know how to compare two positive numbers, right? So that's the first scenario. So if I wanted to compare 2 and 7, right, you could easily plot these on the number line. There's 2, there's 7. Which one is greater? Well, 7 is greater because it's further to the right on the number line. Okay, now let's take a look at an example where we have a positive and a negative number. So if I have -2 and let's say 1. Let's make these super close together. Let's go ahead and plot these on the number line here. I'll use green. So there's -2 and there's 1. Which one is furthest to the right? The number that is furthest to the right is your greater number. So in this case, I say that 1 is greater than -2. Let's do another example of one positive and one negative. If I do -7 and 3, I'm going to use purple here. Let's plot these on the number line. -7 is all the way over here, and 3 is right here. So remember, the greater number is always furthest to the right. So between these two numbers, which one is greater? Hopefully you said +3. So if you're given a positive and a negative number to compare, it is always safe to say that the positive number is greater. Okay, let's take a look at two negative numbers. This is where things can get a little bit tricky. I'm going to compare -6 and -1. However, if you follow the tips that I have given you, you won't fall for this, okay? So go ahead and plot these on the number line. I'll use blue. Here's -6. And there's -1. Remember, the further you are to the left on your number line, the further you are to the left of 0, the smaller your value is. Sure, the number looks bigger, but that is actually not the case. So in this case, between -6 and -1, I can say that -1 is greater than -6. All right, let's do one more example with two negative numbers. I'm going to go -9 and -8. Make them close. So plot these on your number line. I'll use pink here. Here's -9. Here's -8. Which is greater? Hopefully you said -8 is greater than -9. Why? Because -8 is furthest to the right on your number line. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. We compared fractions, placed them in order on a number line. We also compared integers and were able to place them on a number line. Alrighty, folks, I'll see you in the next one.